Happy Tuesday, Wilmington, Ohio, Clinton County 45177. I failed to give a shout out to a gentleman that stopped by. We had a decent conversation. We share views. A gentleman by the name of Mr. Scotty Napier. Hey, appreciate the talk, man. And what's even more appreciated is knowing that there's lots of people out there like me. Um, that hey, we're at our wits end here, and we're speaking up. These crooked bastards are awakening demons that that one day they may not be able to control. Um, I don't mean it in a threatening way, but when the people stand, the people get what they want because that's what this country is built on, and that's what it's all about. Okay. Um, that's what America is. We the people. It's not you the government. It's not you the dirty politician. It's not you the dirty judge. You the dirty judge's son. You the dirty mayor. No, it's not any of those things. And I challenge anyone. I mean, I say dirty because that's what they are. Challenge me. I mean, I mean, if you want to debate me, debate me. I will do it on any platform. I will do it anywhere, anytime. You name it. You name it. And I will bring my facts in black and white, and you bring yours, and let's see who fares well. Let's see who walks away the victor. Because see, you won't, because most of these people are cowards. That's what they are. When they're faced with facts, they shut down, and they become victims. Oh, can you believe what they said about me? Well. Um, so, I mean, if you work for this city or this county, and you know of dirty, corrupt business, please speak up, stand up, quit. Don't let us become that garbage. Don't let us be seen for that garbage. Don't let us get made fun of by surrounding lawyers and counties and point their fingers and say corruption county, Ohio, kangaroo court, Ohio. I got to tell you, from what I'm learning, especially in the CPS area, and what was said and mine and my ex-wife's divorce. Yes, you know what? We hated one another, but I think there's still a common ground where our kids are concerned. And what these bastards said, yeah, I think that could form you don't want to do that. It's just not. It's just those aren't grounds you want to fucking tread on. But what they said, I mean, Sarah Smallwood, you know what? You disgust me. You do. And I mean, after reading what you stated, and after reading other cases, and I'm sorry, but you jumped right on board with the crooked Helen Rollins, who illegally and criminally took children from a mother without a single legal ground to do so, all on a New York social worker's opinion based off another dirty lawyer, Christy George Underwood, who lied to the court and said she saw Miss what's her hair, Linda Gottlieb on the internet. No, she sought this woman out through Greene County courts. She called her up, she approached her, and then she went to the courts and she lied. Or did she? Maybe her and Helen were holding hands doing this. Maybe they all made a shit ton of money doing this, because parental alienation is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. So these people don't give a shit. They don't even care about kids. They don't. Right, Brett Ruddick? Right? You might be right across the street right now. Come to my porch. Let's get a fucking mic and get here with me. Bring it. You openly admitted, sir, that you didn't even review a case, yet you stated not enough to charge when a man was abusing children. You piece of shit. And he went on doing it. But it all makes sense. Look at you. Look at you. What kind of what have we allowed ourselves to become? Wilmington, Ohio, Clinton County? Is this how it's always been? When do men stand up? When do honorable men and women stand up and say, enough, man? This is enough. I'm not talking in a violent way, but go to the council meetings, have your voice heard. Go to the commissioners meetings, have your voice heard, and record it if you have questions. These people, I mean, they are reckless. They are reckless. They are inept, and that's just how we always did it. Yeah, illegally, because that's what you've been conditioned to do by a farce, by a man who went before a board and 31 counts of misconduct later, still awaiting, because I got a feeling they're not going to come back so favorable. I have a feeling they might go a little deeper than a public reprimand. I have a feeling they're going to have to, with the pounds of evidence. But going back to the everyday employee that just sits and watches. Do you know what that makes you? You're an enabler. You enable corruption. You are a part of what's wrong with our country today. Pat yourself on the back. I don't care if you're sitting at a desk as a secretary typing shorthand or mailing letters. If you know and you're being quiet and you're not pushing back, you're an enabler. That's what you are. You are a crooked, corrupt enabler. Some people I see have said enough is enough and they left. Good for you. Good for you. Leave them. Leave them. I would. Leave them naked, man. Because I will promise you this, every single human being that steps foot in an office is going to have their asses held to the fire. For that, I give you my word. If you don't believe me, take a look at my track record. Take a look at Daryl's track record. This shit's only starting. And guess what? People are starting to join us. People with law licenses. People that have badges. They're sick of it. They're sick of you. Oh, we're powerful. No, you're not. You ain't shit. I don't care how many billionaires you got behind you. There's millions of people behind the cause of justice. Your money means shit. Nothing. And DeWine, bye-bye. See ya. He's not going to be there. Nor is that other dipshit. You think he's going to win? No. Vivek Ramaswamy is going to win. That's just a fact. And then the shit's really going to hit the fan. So, I can't wait. There's lots of things that are happening that you guys just don't know yet. But when I said the main event's coming, ladies and gentlemen, it is. It really is. So keep your eye on the news. And I will say this. I will honestly say this. My children. I love my children. I admire my children, and I have done everything in my power to ensure that they act with integrity, and they can look at me and be proud, and they love me for what I do, for what I've done. My service to my country, my continuing service to my country to this day, and I could be sitting over, doing nothing for the rest of my life. God has called me, God kept me from dying last year. I mean, I got pumped twice, in the air. So, God's got me here for a reason. And thank you. I thank my children for their help, and Trisha for her help, and my fiance for her help, and God has me on a mission, and God's mission doesn't fail. It just simply doesn't, because some of you dipshits out there have a real good idea who my family is and what they do for a living, honorably, and what I used to do for a living, and what should worry you is that I have means of gaining and gathering information too, in which I've done so eloquently. And slowly but surely, like a python, I'm going to choke the shit out of you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not the corrupt one. And those of you who are, you should worry. I'm telling you, as a United States Marine, you should worry, because I'm going to tell you something. You people criminally removed me from my house, criminally, illegally, criminally, and aided in the destruction of my family. If you think I'm going to sit and allow that, you've lost your everlasting fucking minds. You poked the wrong fucking bear. That's all I got to say. Oh, we're powerful. Bring it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. People are sick of corruption. They're tired of it. I turned away from this dirty ass the life that I was leading. What I smoked weed. Well, I didn't smoke weed all the time, but I had my share of it. I drank all the time, partied all the time. I mean, I did stupid shit, got in fights all the time. I mean, I wasn't, but you know what? God led me to this island in South Carolina. And from that island, a man was reborn. So, thank God for the Marine Corps. Hoorah. So, from that, education, continuing military contracting services, the good fun kind. So, indeed, like, hey, you know what? Some people are best left alone, and if the past 5 years hasn't taught you that, wait to get a load of the next 2 or 3 years. Again, I saw all these people flock to a dirty piece of shit on a social media page, and now look at all you fucking idiots. Look at all of you. Look at you now. Good job, sir, Kelly Hopkins said. Well said, sir. All while his brother veteran, was criminally removed from a house. Hey, fuck you, Kelly Hopkins. You're a dirtbag, and I'll say it to your face. And guess what? You're not in any office anymore, so you won't command respect out of me, you piece of shit. You just won't. And guess what? Your brother veterans think the same way. Trust me when I tell you that. Trust me when I tell you that. And instead of standing beside your brother in arms, no, you aided with a corrupt piece of shit. You watched it happen. You watched it happen. So, regardless, it doesn't matter. He's a peon anyway. Always has been, always will be. So, I will say this: God's hand is at work. He's bringing the news. The news media is getting involved. Federal agencies are getting involved. Wilmington and Clinton County, Ohio, is getting recognized because it's not only Daryl Petrie and Tony Thomas and Spencer and Jane anymore. Oh no, it's people with law degrees. It's people with badges that are now coming forward and saying, you know what, I ain't doing this anymore. I'm not. My conscience will no longer allow me to live this way. And thank God for you, because I pray for those people every single day. And I pray for those corrupt bastards. I'll call them corrupt bastard because that's what they are. I pray for those corrupt bastards every night to turn a new leaf, turn away from the garbage, That's all you can do. But there's some that just simply will not turn away from it. They'll dig in and they'll swing from the devil's testicles until the day they die. And so be it. So be it. But I promise you, every single human being has that day that they walk into a room and they never walk out. And they sit with themselves. And all they have to do is stare at a ceiling or a ceiling fan or out a window. And they'll do that for days and days and days, possibly weeks and months and years until they die. And all they're going to have to do is reflect and regret and reflect. And when when it's too late, it's too late, man. You had a chance. You had a conscious chance and you didn't take it. And some people say, well, sometimes you got to play in the gray area, in the law. No, you don't, man. If you're a dirty piece of shit, you do. But essentially what you're saying, the people that say that are dumbass cops. That's what those are. And you're essentially saying that the criminals are smarter than you. You can't outsmart a criminal. Is that what you're saying when you say you have to play in the gray area? No, you don't. You become smarter than the damn criminal. I mean, it's that simple. You think ahead of them. You become proactive. You sometimes there's certain agencies that hire criminals for that simple reason. They think like them. So anyway, I continue. I'm going to continue pushing forward. I'm going to continue. But hashtag very well. Hey, justice for Jack Coates, justice for Casey Pitzer, justice for Andy Napier, justice for the Melvin brothers. I don't know. A lot of people just kind of forgot about that. One got double tapped in the chest, and the other brother was found a year later on the side of the fucking road, right here in Wilmington. Who did that, man? And the gentleman that Mr. Carpenter that allegedly shot himself, and they said the bigger hole was the entrance wound of the head wound. They said that was the entrance wound. You ballistically challenged fools. I don't know what to say about that. But but I will say, Mayor Haley did tell me on my recording, that there was a day, possibly just a few years ago, that if they could call it a suicide, that's what they're going to run for quicker than they will a murder, because you got to work a murder. How many times has that happened? Ladies and gentlemen, if you live in Clinton County and one of your loved ones has ever been ruled a suicide, you might want to take a second look. You might want to get ballistics involved. You might want to get forensics involved. You might want to call Eric Specken, who was our forensics guy, he's the best guy in the world, in fact. I really would in Clinton County. I certainly would. Because I mean that's a 30 plus year, 25 plus year book writing law enforcement officer. I mean, he's also the one that told me that the three amigos conspired to break federal law and arrest myself and Daryl. Well, I can't wait to see how those turns out. I can't wait, because keep in mind, they put myself and Mr. Petrie in jail over a fourth, fifth degree misdemeanor. These bastards committed a felony. Let's see what happens to them. Will they go to jail? I don't think so. That little weasel cocksucker's been evading jail his entire life because of his daddy. Well, now that his daddy's known to be corrupt, I don't think his word's good for shit anymore. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I think one day our city's going to get back on track, and unfortunately, I believe it's going to take a RICO where the government comes in and replaces everyone and says, you know what? Hey, it's going to be a culture shock because some of you assholes don't know how to act otherwise. There's going to probably be a lot of people fired too. So, there's always, I didn't know. I'm just the secretary. Really? You can read, can't you? You can see, can't you? You can hear, can't you? Okie dokie. You didn't know. Bye. No pension for you. And you know what? Something you guys need to understand. Do you know that this county, this city is now still paying Josh Riley a retirement? A man who should be in a prison cell. A man who sexually assaulted women. And there's people out there, oh, he's good people. He didn't do that. You might want to read the BCI report that's conveniently posted. The BCI even caught the guy lying. No, I guess he was telling, he didn't lie to BCI, but BCI is full of shit, right? No. Your buddy, your family member's full of shit. The guy that should be in a prison cell right now, who conveniently got dereliction of duty. So essentially what the city is saying and what the state is saying, you didn't sexually assault those women correctly. I mean, how else can you see that? How else can you view that? 6 criminal charges, 3 of them very serious sex crimes, and he gets dereliction of duty and allowed to retire on taxpayer money. Taxpayers of Wilmington, Ohio, do you understand you're paying a sexual deviant to enjoy his retirement right now? Understand. Just remember that. I don't know about you, But I think I might have a problem with that. I know I do, but I don't pay taxes. VA pensions not taxed. So might want to think about that. Wilmington, the city of Wilmington, your tax dollars is going to pay a sexual deviant who should be in a prison cell right now. Who thinks a recall should be done on that one? Hey, who in the actual hell said this guy shouldn't suffer a consequence for the sex crimes? But, I mean, let's not forget, Ruddock gave a two-time pedophile, and there was a church leader, I think 7 years, where a couple other counties in the state of Ohio gave similar acts, 100 years and 80 years. Anybody see any patterns here? Look at all the sex crimes that happen. I mean, again, the cop setting out there out for sexual crimes to women. The other cop that came from Sabina came to Wilmington, sexually messing with the what do you call it, the people who are on probation, or the informants or what have you. The guy, the officer locked himself in the back of the car with a woman. I mean, really. So you know what that is, ladies and gentlemen. See, that's a recruiting problem. That's a screening problem. Because, you can screen people out very easily. And you can also say, hey, guess what? You are once a year, you will be polygraphed. Don't like it? I'm not hiring you. Under the OPATA rules that the chief or the mayor or the sheriff of the county can administer a polygraph at will. Could you imagine if that happened right now? Interesting. So, I got to tell you guys a little story here before I check out. This is just this actually happened, and I will tell you, Officer Foster he responded initially to this, and I'm going to try to say it without you know what? No, I don't care. It was said that I sent. This was during the divorce. Me and my girls were at the gym. We would go every single day. I would walk, and they would do their things and work out, what have you, on a daily basis. When I could walk decently, I can't. It hurts now. But I walked out with my children, and here comes this sheriff. He was by himself. He said, "Mr. Thomas, you okay?" I'm like, "Do I look okay? Am I not supposed to be?" He goes, "Well, we got this lady out at the sheriff saying something. You sent a text message and blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "I haven't sent anybody a text message. Here's my phone. Have at it. Have at it, boss. Someone has mistaken." And then all of a sudden, I'm surrounded by 4 or 5 more sheriff cars. And then even Officer Foster kind of looked around like, what the fuck is going, what the hell's going on? What's this? And I said, "You know what? Hey, what'd the text say? I'm curious. What did it say?" He goes, "I don't know. My supervisor knows something." So then I had a problem. I said, "You just came out here and you have no idea what this thing said. And you're wasting tax gas money, wear and tear on a vehicle to come and see about a text. And you don't know what the contents of it was." So he proceeds to go back to his car, and as I was surrounded by the 2 live crew, except there was 5 of them, 5 cars, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Smith, that dirty piece of shit. I mean, come on. Yeah. I won't. You know what? I'm not going to go to that one yet. But he said, "You send her another text again, and you're going to jail." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you? First and foremost, are you a judge? Are you a lawyer? No. You're probably. I'm not going to speak to the guy's education, but I can't say that he's too smart to open his filthy suck and spill some shit like that. So you send her." He assumed that I sent out. Come to find out, Officer Foster came back and apologized. "Mr. Thomas, I'm sorry. It obviously did not come from you." And he looked around sort of like puzzled, just like I did. So Was it the little Swedish lady went out there and twinkled her eyes, and God only knows what's been going on out there between that. I won't speak of the rumors that the many texts that I got after that of the relations that took place with many of them officers that showed up. But anyway, he apologized, and I said thank you, and I drove off. But at least 5 cars, gas, manpower, wear and tear on the vehicle, salaries on a text that didn't even belong to me. Wasn't even sent by me. But for some reason, it got that reaction. Now, waste of tax dollars? I mean, anyway, that just goes to show you, the professionalism that we're stuck with here. There's a serious lack of it. And when you try to have a conversation with the sheriff, nope. That's what our sheriff sounds like. He sounds semi-retarded. I hate to say it, I mean, but he does. And when I start playing these phone calls, you'll probably agree. But then you just wait to see what I've done with the comparisons of what Mr. Petrie's done with the comparisons. We've called other agencies, and we're going to show you just how not so bright this guy is. So anyway, my opinion, and the facts lead towards my opinion being accurate. Anyway, simplify. God bless you all. Pray for the community. Our I mean, can you imagine what's been turned loose on our streets? They let a trained officer of the law who sexually assaulted women loose back out on our streets, getting our money. We're paying him. What else have they turned loose on our streets? What else? Well, boy, oh boy. Oh, by the way, on the house thing, got a little bug and said, "Hey, Mr. Thomas, you understand? There's new evidence with the bank stuff, and now you do an appeal with an amended appeal and a delayed appeal, and you show that the lawyer for the bank then lied, which he did, and then you say, hey, here's also Mr. Judge Wooliver agreeing with you that their criminal acts were committed, and boy, let's dun 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 dun. Tony's going to work. I could have been left alone, but oh no, it's okay.